In March 2021, a digital artwork sold at Christie's for $69.3 million. An NFT was its certificate of ownership. Years later, collapsed prices, abandoned projects, and empty marketplaces produced an obituary. NFTs were dead, but the blockchains kept recording unique tokens, and millions of lower-priced assets continued changing wallets after the headlines moved on. So asking whether NFTs died mixes two things: a financial mania and the technology that mania made famous. To understand what survived, we have to separate cartoon collectibles, market prices, legal rights, and the ownership record. The JPEG bubble did burst. The interesting question is why the digital ownership experiment is still running. A dollar is fungible because $1 can replace another without changing the deal. A concert seat, a house deed, or one game sword is non-fungible because its identity matters. On Ethereum, an ERC-721 NFT is uniquely identified by the smart contract address and its token ID. The contract keeps a public mapping between that ID identifier and the wallet recognized as its owner. Minting does not print a picture. It creates or assigns a token and records the first wallet that owns it. When the NFT is sold, the blockchain changes the recognized owner. The image does not travel through the chain. The token can expose a metadata link leading to a JSON file that describes a name, traits, and an image location. That metadata may live on a server, on a distributed network such as IPFS, or completely on-chain when storage costs allow. If a centralized host disappears, an indestructible ownership record can end up pointing toward an empty room. Owning the token does not transfer copyright, reproduction rights, or control over every copy of the image. Those rights depend on the project's license or a separate agreement, not on the ERC-721 standard. Even the promise of automatic resale royalties was conditional. ERC-2981 signals a payment, but marketplaces may choose whether to honor it. The story began before the term NFT was common. In May 2014, Kevin McCoy registered the digital artwork Quantum on Namecoin. Ethereum made digital assets programmable, allowing smart contracts to create rules for ownership, transfer, and scarcity. In June 2017, CryptoPunks released 10,000 pixel characters, most initially available for anyone with an Ethereum wallet to claim. They turned a profile picture into a social object, part artwork, part identity badge, and part membership signal. That November, CryptoKitties let players collect and breed digital cats, proving tokens could behave like game objects rather than static receipts. The craze also raised Ethereum gas fees, revealing the same lesson crypto keeps rediscovering: success can become a scaling problem. Proposed in January 2018, ERC-721 turned those experiments into a common interface for tracking and transferring distinct assets. A wallet no longer needed custom code for every cat, card, or artwork. Compliant contracts could answer the same ownership questions. Owners could approve a marketplace operator to move one token or authorize an operator to manage an entire collection. The safe transfer function could check whether a receiving contract understood NFTs, reducing the chance of locking an asset in the wrong machine. The pixels were still copyable. Scarcity came from the contract recognizing a limited set of token IDs as authentic. Developers could then attach supply limits, reveal schedules, access rules, game behavior, or other utility to that ownership record. By 2020, rising crypto wealth, pandemic-era online life, and cheap global distribution created perfect fuel for digital collectibles. NBA Top Shot translated a familiar idea, limited sports cards, into officially licensed digital moments that ordinary fans could trade. Profile picture collections transformed wallet ownership into identity, status, community access, and a public bet on internet culture. Beeple's Christie's sale gave the boom a number nobody could ignore and connected crypto collectors to the traditional auction world. DappRadar estimated more than $23 billion in NFT trading volume during 2021. Compared with a niche market only a year earlier, art, membership, gaming, celebrity attention, and speculation merged into one market, even though buyers were purchasing very different promises. Marketplaces displayed a collection's cheapest listing as its floor price, turning thousands of different tokens into one seductive headline number. A rising floor attracted new buyers. Their purchases raised the visible floor again, and the chart became its own advertising campaign. Discord communities and holder-only spaces made selling feel like leaving a tribe, adding social pressure to an already illiquid asset. Success invited thousands of new collections, each offering rarity charts, roadmaps, promised games, and the same urgent fear of missing out. Many buyers stopped asking what an NFT was useful for and asked only whether somebody else would pay more tomorrow. Some traders even sold tokens between wallets they controlled, manufacturing volume, chasing marketplace rewards, or making prices look healthier than demand really was. In 2022, higher interest rates and falling risk appetite removed the easy money that had supported crypto's most speculative corner. Terra's collapse and the failures that followed destroyed capital across crypto, forcing collectors to sell assets that depended on confidence. Because most major NFTs were priced in Ether, collectors could lose from a falling NFT price and a falling ETH price at the same time. DappRadar measured $12.46 billion of NFT trading volume in the first quarter of 2022. The third and fourth quarters combined produced only $4.4 billion, a brutal contraction from the beginning of the year. FTX's collapse in November delivered another shock, reminding buyers that crypto's supposedly frictionless markets still depended on fragile institutions. Once prices stopped rising, many collections revealed their only real product: the expectation that a later buyer would pay more. Promised games, metaverses, and merchandise often arrived late, arrived poorly, or never left the roadmap at all. Phishing pages tricked owners into signing malicious approvals, allowing attackers to transfer valuable tokens without breaking the blockchain. Other projects stored supposedly permanent artwork on ordinary web servers, creating a centralized failure point behind a decentralized token. Competition between marketplaces pushed creator royalties toward optional settings, weakening one of the strongest pitches made to artists. Copyright disputes exposed another gap. Blockchain ownership could be perfectly clear, while the legal rights around the artwork remained vague. The technology did not freeze in 2021. Ethereum completed the merge in September 2022 and replaced proof of work with proof of stake. Ethereum says the transition reduced its energy consumption by roughly 99.95%. Changing a major criticism of early NFT trading. Layer 2 networks bundled many transactions together, lowering fees enough for cheaper game items and high-volume digital collectibles. ERC-1155 let one contract manage fungible items, unique items, and multiple editions, making it better suited to many games. Solana, Polygon, and other networks competed on cost and speed, while Bitcoin ordinals created a different path for inscribing digital artifacts. Projects increasingly use distributed storage, on-chain metadata, and clearer freeze mechanisms to make the asset harder to rewrite or lose. Financially, the market became far smaller and more selective. DappRadar called 2024 one of the weakest NFT years since 2020. Yet, in the third quarter of 2025, DappRadar recorded 18.1 million NFT sales and about $1.6 billion in trading volume. Those trades came from roughly 2.14 million wallets, suggesting more transactions per trader rather than a new wave of mass adoption. Historic digital art and a small group of established collections retained cultural value, museum attention, and concentrated liquidity. Gaming assets, fantasy sports cards, memberships, blockchain names, and physical collectibles found narrower uses where transferable ownership could matter. The surviving idea is often less glamorous. An NFT works best when users care about the ticket, item, credential, or collectible, More than the acronym, a useful NFT proves something people already value: who owns it, where it came from, or who may use it. Its storage must be durable, its rights must be clear, and transferring the token must change something meaningful outside the marketplace. If the entire product is a promise that another buyer will arrive, the token is not creating value. It is scheduling an argument. The crash did not prove that unique digital ownership is impossible. It proved that putting ownership on-chain does not make every object valuable. So NFTs did not disappear. They lost the fantasy of universal riches and returned to being a tool with specific, sometimes useful jobs. The JPEG bubble popped. The ownership experiment is still running. Don't panic, just watch, subscribe,